Sky News can reveal 8 additional flight upgrades the Prime Minister received while he held junior roles in opposition, including on a holiday to Thailand with his then wife. Political reporter Cam Redden joins us with this exclusive information. What can you tell us?
Kieran, the Prime Minister said a short time ago he has been meticulous when it comes to declarations around flight upgrades and other things, and there is no suggestion to the contrary. And in that light today, Sky News can reveal a number of additional flight upgrades that the Prime Minister has declared, dating back more than 2 decades to his time as a junior member of the opposition in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. We can bring you these up following Sky's analysis of the early declarations of the members' register of interest. Normally, these are all in a paper bind somewhere in Parliament House. They're not online dating back prior to 2010, so it takes physically going through these documents in person. We can reveal that the Prime Minister, on one flight in January the 20th, 1999, received an upgrade on a flight from Christchurch to Sydney. That is the first one. That was from economy to business class. Also received an upgrade from economy to business return from Sydney to Hong Kong in April of 1999. You can see that one on your screen. That's a Qantas flight as well. In February of 2000, Mr Albanese and his then wife, Carmel Tebbit, received upgrades from economy to business for 2 Qantas flights for what is cited in the declaration as a family holiday to Thailand. And then in September of 2000, Mr Albanese declares a number of flights, 3 of them in total for himself and Miss Tebbit. These are one upgrade from economy to business flying on Qantas from Sydney to Singapore, an upgrade from economy to first class on a British Airways flight from Singapore to London, should be the next one, and then an upgrade from economy to business class as well, flying on a Qantas flight from London to Sydney. So all up, those are 8 additional flight upgrades declared in the late 1990s and early 2000s, all of which are on the Prime Minister's, well, the now Prime Minister's, declaration of members' interest. And it's worth noting as well that that British Airways flight at the time, Qantas and British Airways were in a joint arrangement when it came to setting of prices. So 8 new flight upgrades Sky News can reveal today. In the last half an hour or so, the Prime Minister has launched a staunch defence of his record, noting that everything he says has been declared and has been placed on the public register, pushing back against the opposition for its criticism. He says Peter Dutton is obsessed with his declarations and his interests, and also pushing back against the journalist Joe Aston, whose book released this week brought to light the extent of the Prime Minister's declarations when it came to Qantas flight upgrades, and also the revelation of his direct communication with Alan Joyce. That is the claim when it came to securing those upgrades on Qantas flights.
I have always acted in an open and transparent way, and it's up to others to say why it is that they have trusts, why it is that we don't know what they own, what they invest in, what income they have, all hidden away. I have not done that. And in my time in public life, I have acted with integrity. I have acted in a way that is entirely appropriate, and I have declared in accordance with the rules. Even I read today, I declared a cookbook. The person who is trying to sell a book, and fair enough, I don't see declarations that he's a former Liberal Party staffer for a number of senior members of the Liberal Party, including Joe Hockey and Bruce Baird. I don't see declarations that he's a former Qantas employee. I don't see declarations that in June, just a few months ago, he was a guest, him and John Howard, at a Liberal Party fundraiser in the electorate of Wentworth.
The Prime Minister says he doesn't see those declarations. I want to show you the first page of Joe Aston's book, The Journalist, and he has shared this in the last few minutes. On page 1, when people buy the book, if they choose to, and open it up, they will see here this declaration that Joe Aston both worked as a staffer for Liberal members and also briefly worked for Qantas. So that is the front page, or one of the front pages of the Chairman's Lounge book there, Kieran. So just to recap that news we've broken in the last few minutes, 8 new flight upgrades revealed from the early declaration logs of Anthony Albanese in 1999 and also 2000.
Cameron, thank you.